I found the hearings yesterday very entertaining. Very entertaining. Bobulinski came in hot. He said, should I let Hunter testify first? Hunter? Oh, I found that kind of entertaining. Maybe you did as well. One of the other high points or low points, however you look at it, AOC freaking out, screaming at Tony Bobulinski, demanding that he name the crimes, and when he did, well, she lost it. Anyhow, you'll enjoy it because I did. Here it is.
You name the crime. Did you watch him steal something?
Corruption statutes, RICO and conspiracy.
What is the crime, sir? Specifically.
You asked me to answer the question. I answered the question.
No.
RICO, you're obviously not familiar with. Corruption
Excuse
statutes.
me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. RICO is not a crime. It is a category. What is the crime?
It's a category of crimes that you're then charged
You
under
have charges.
a long 100
You
list
have
of
charges. Sir, please
want me to name the exact statute under RICO?
Yes.
Well, it's funny. In this committee room, everyone's not here. There's over 18
All right, sir. I reclaim my
lawyers
time.
that went to law school.
I
I'll leave
reclaim
it
my
up to
time.
you guys
Okay,
to
thank
define
you,
the
sir. I
statute
reclaim my
under
time.
RICO.
Clearly, what we are seeing here today is a continuation of the 15-month saga of the Republican majority lost in the desert.
Really lost in the desert of RICO crimes. You see, it's a category of crimes. I reclaim my time. How many times I reclaim my time? Screw your time. He's answering your question. You don't like the answer. And then Bobulinski flamed Dan Goldman, another Democrat, an attorney, by the way, who fully understands what these crimes are during the hearing. Called him a liar. Called him a liar in front of the committee, in front of everybody. Oh, this is good sporting fun. Listen to this one.
And included a proposal of, quote, 10% held by H for the big guy, question mark. You remember that, right?
The infamous email with the big guy? Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Did anyone ever respond to that email?
Yes, they did, numerous times.
Sorry.
Hunter Biden himself did.
Excuse me. You're right.
Well, no, I think that's important because
Sir,
Hunter
did
Biden
anyone
has
ever
claimed that he didn't
Can you answer
respond
my
to it,
questions?
and he responded
Okay.
to it. I believe
You're just going to
3 times.
filibuster. I reclaim my time that's running out, but I will say no one responded to the big guy reference for 10.
Thank you for making my point. They didn't have to respond because they all knew the big guy was Joe Biden.
I reclaim my time. Mr. Chairman, please control the witness. I would like to get a little extra time, Mr. Chairman, because I want to read what Mr. Gilliar said to the Wall Street Journal. Quote, I would like to clear up any speculation that former Vice President was involved with the 2017 discussions about our potential business structure. I am unaware of any involvement at any time of the former Vice President. The activity in question never delivered and project revenue. 9 days later, the agreement without Joe Biden was signed. You and James Gilliar wanted Joe Biden involved, and that is why Hunter Biden dumped you and did the business on his own.
That's a blatant lie, Mr. Goldman. You know better.
That's a blatant lie, Mr. Goldman, and you know better. Of course they do. But unfortunately, these hearings are not about getting to the truth. The truth is, Tony Bobulinski has been telling the same story since October of 2020 when he called an emergency press conference. He was dismissed by the mainstream media then. He's ridiculed, although not well, by Democrats to this day, even though they know he's telling the truth. They know that Joe Biden was, in fact, and still is the brand. They know that. And Tony Bobulinski stood right there and made his case. He didn't shrink. Meanwhile, Byron Donalds, one of my favorites, submits a few of the receipts for the Biden family moving money in shady deals. Listen to this.
Now, to the money flow, because this is where the rubber meets the road. On August 3rd, they actually stipulate through WhatsApp text messages the exact stipulations of the deal. On August 4th, $100,000 is wired into Owasco PC from CEFC Infrastructure. Mr. Chairman, I want to submit for the record a portion of the bank statement for the time period August 3rd of 2017 to August 31, 2017, stipulating $100,000 going from CEFC into the bank account of Hunter Biden through Owasco PC.
Without objection, so ordered.
On August 8th, 4 days later, $5 million is then transferred from the Northern International Capital account of $5 million to Hudson West III. Hudson West III is a bank account controlled by Hunter Biden and Mr. Gong Wang, a.k.a. Kevin Dong, who is a CEFC associate. That money comes from the Northern International Capital bank account that is tied to the CCP. Mr. Chairman, I want to submit for the record the bank statement demonstrating that transfer.
And it went on and on and on. Look, they've got the receipts. The real question is this. Do they move forward with impeachment? My guess right now is that they do not. That's really what I believe, that they do not, because this country does not have an appetite for impeachment at this point. And listen, as long as they can have hearings like this and drag out the facts and put it in front of the American people, then Joe Biden's flailing and failing poll numbers will continue to fall. That's the point. If they get into an impeachment, which has historically been unpopular, no matter which way it goes, impeachments are historically unpopular, that might have a negative impact on the outcome of the election in November of 2024 this year, of course, and so they don't want to do that. You've got Donald Trump leading in all 7 swing states. It means that he'll have some coattails. You might pick up control of the United States Senate. You might widen your margin in the U.S. House. You might end up with all 3 branches of government. You might. And maybe this time you would actually do something with the privilege instead of sitting on your hands. Maybe you'd get a border wall built. Maybe you'd get enforcement of our border security. Maybe you'd stop printing money. Maybe you'd hold China to account for all the things it's doing right now. Maybe. So why mess with that with an impeachment that would likely be unpopular, would be throttled in the news every day by the mainstream media? Just let it go until after, potentially, you get through this process. I think they're not going to go through with impeachment. That's truly what I believe. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong. It happened once or twice. I'll be back. It's the Steve Gruber Show.